Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel, The Doctorate Mind. Today, I'm going to have a special guest, and my special guest today is my wife. So, today, we're going to talk about certain work related topics, and I believe from what she's going to say, the audience is going to gain a lot from this discussion that we shall have. So, without wasting time, I'm going to ask her to first of all greet the audience in the local language and then introduce herself.
In the local language.
Yeah.
Hello, magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Edan. Asawa po ako ni Koge. I call him Koge. And sana'y marami kayong matutunan dito sa video na ito.
All right. Thank you so much. So, please, can you introduce yourself to...
In English.
Yes, in English, to our audience.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Edan. I am a lawyer by profession. I'm currently the Chief Operating Officer of a consulting company called Exceller Corporate Supporting. So, that I'm mainly work in corporate law. Basically, and I've been a lawyer since 2016.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for that, Attorney Edan. I'm just going to ask you 3 questions today.
Okay.
And these 3 questions are work related. And I strongly believe you will have a lot to share that will basically help our audience. Yeah, I strongly believe in that. So, without wasting time, I would like to ask you the first question. Do you have any tips for those searching for jobs or looking to have work? What tips do you have?
Okay. Alright. For those searching for work or looking for jobs, especially,
Yes.
for example, for those who are fresh graduates, I think it's important, number one, for you to keep track of your applications.
Yes.
Like prepare a Excel sheet or a Word file tracking the links and the names of the companies that you applied for. And then you also keep track if interviews have been set, what's the status, do you need to follow up with a recruiter or with the HR? That's one. And then I think I've also shared this with you previously that I believe in that sales principle of for every 10 contacts that you make,
Yes.
one will say yes. So it doesn't mean that, for example, only when you reach 10, you'll have that one yes.
Yes.
So, for example, it can happen that you've just applied for, let's say, 4, and you already got your 1 yes. That's great. But if, just in case, you've already reached 10 and you don't have an interview scheduled yet,
Yes.
my suggestion for those who are applying is to not lose heart and just keep on applying. Maybe on your 20th, you'll suddenly get your 2 yeses. So that's why it's also important to keep that tracker. And then right now also, there's so many tools versus when I first started working.
Okay.
Because I was also a working student when I was in law school. But now there's so many tools. You have Canva. There's so many templates that you can use.
Yes.
LinkedIn is one of the ultimate places you can look for job openings,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And then also there's a lot of platforms also available on the internet. So just do your research and just don't lose heart.
Okay. All right. So if I understood you very well, we need to somehow have like an Excel sheet where we can track the quantity of or the different jobs we applied for. So in this Excel sheet, what do we actually put in the Excel sheet? Can you expatiate on it?
Well, I kind of mentioned it earlier. Yeah, for example, you can put the name of the company,
Okay.
the date when you submitted your application,
Yes.
or when is the interview scheduled, if an interview has already been scheduled.
Yes.
And then you can also set a date when you would like to follow up if, for example, you did not receive any response.
Mm-hmm.
And then if it's like an online application, it's helpful to put the link
Okay,
to
the link.
that application
So that you
I
can,
made, so
when
you
you
can
click on the
always
link,
keep
you can.
track. Yes.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for that. Let's dive directly to the second question. So, as you were once a working student while in law school. So, if I may ask, how were you able to get a degree while working? How did you manage your studies and your work back then?
So, I studied law in UP Diliman, UP College
Okay.
of Law.
Oh, UP, yeah.
Yeah, and then I was also a full-time employee while I was studying in the evening program of UP Law.
Okay.
So, there's really a program for working students in UP Law. It's one section. We call it the evening program.
Evening program. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But so the classes are, let's say, 6 to 9 or 6 to 8:30
Yes.
every evening. And then you have the whole day Saturday
Yes.
also for your classes, depending on the number of units that you enrolled for during the semester.
Okay.
I'm not too familiar now how it is
How
now.
it is currently.
But that was during my time. Of course, it was very difficult.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's very
It was
difficult.
quite tiring.
It was very tiring. And also, and law school also is a lot of readings, a lot of readings, and then exams are not easy.
Mm-hmm.
But I think one thing as a working student is just knowing your why, like why are you doing it?
Okay.
Like also just reminding yourself what's your goal, like what's your objective, why you're doing it, and also why you're doing it, what makes you, what
encourages you.
What encourages you, what motivates you. Is it your dream, is it your family, like whatever it is, because of course it's different for every person. So just probably always be reminded of that, especially when times become difficult.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which obviously will happen.
Of course, it will happen. It's just a matter of when. It's just a matter of when.
Yes.
So it's good to already anticipate that.
Yes.
But yeah, although some people they really enjoy
balancing work and
doing all of that
studies.
But if mostly almost everyone struggles.
Yes.
Yeah, doing
who does that?
Yes.
Struggles.
But actually, that's what makes you stronger.
Yes.
The moment you graduate and then study for the bar and become a lawyer, or like for example, if it's not law school, just to graduate and achieve your dream.
Yes.
That's super helpful and make you realize that I'm actually a strong person. Like, I'm very resilient. It's something, but you need also to dig deep inside you.
Okay.
But one of the things also that I'm learning now is that your inner spirit should be nurtured. It's not just about, let's say, pleasing others.
Okay.
Being motivated by your environment, or let's say your family, pressure from let's say relatives or something. It's also important to nurture your inner self, because at first maybe you can have that strength to start, but when times get tough,
you want to drop out.
Eventually you'll have to go inner, like you have to dig deeper within you to find really that inner strength and be resilient and do the work, because at the end of the day it's also you. Of course you will get help from others if it's important, but at the end of the day it's also it's like your own personal decision. To go on and to fight, and
no matter the hurdles, the difficulties.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, I see. So concerning still this question, if I may ask, which time of the day did you study? Did you study like in the morning or in the afternoon or in the evening?
Like for me,
Yeah.
I studied immediately after class.
Okay.
So
Very important.
In the evening.
Okay.
But it depends actually on the person.
Okay.
If you're an evening or a morning person,
Mhm.
I know of some of my classmates, blockmates,
Yes.
who after a class and then we'll have dinner and then they go home, they sleep. And
Okay.
then they wake up early, like 4 a.m.
Mhm.
to start studying after
study.
getting some sleep.
Ah,
So
okay.
it also depends on the person. I think, yeah, it really
Okay.
depends on the person.
So
what works for you?
Okay, so there's nothing like a fixed way of doing it.
No.
What's important is to be engaged, determined, and motivated. Okay, thank you so much for that, Attorney Edan.